All right. Okay. Testing. Bing bong. Bing bong. Hi everyone. We should be live now. I just found some water next to my desk. I'm not even sure this is mine. There's bits floating in. I'm not gonna drink it. Hi folks. Welcome to the end of the month hangout with me, Amia Mulder. You may hear that I actually have a son. Oh Jesus Christ! The music is way too loud. Hold on. You may hear that I actually have a working microphone now. If you've been keeping up with my Twitter, you know that my entire sound, everything just completely borked and died a week ago. But we're back, sort of. I'm using an old microphone. You may remember this little baby from being hidden inside of my plans from my very earliest things. I know it's not super interesting, but like I'm very happy about actually being able to stream for once. Rip me, I know. It's gone. The one that had my name branded on it. I don't know I know what happened with it, but I got fried. Got entirely fried. I suspect a power surge, but we never know. Hi, and first of all, hi everyone, and welcome to the end of the month hangout. I know that first of all, it's not the end of the month, it's actually at the beginning of July. And I also know that I typically try to do these streams like before after I release the video for the month. It's not out yet, I'm sorry. There are two reasons for why the video isn't out yet. One of it, I have mental health. The second one is my microphone broke, and because of that, everything's borked, and it takes me a bit of time to sort of like recover into work, but I'm back now. I'm back into working. Next week I'm putting the finishing touches on my video, which is going to be like a transgender emotion video, which means that it will get 5 views and the ad rates are going to be atrocious. But it'll be fine because I want to make one. Yes, that should be out on Friday if I've timed it correctly. Worst case is going to be another day more than that. Best case might be out a day early. I don't think it's going to be out a day early. Yeah. So that's the status update that I have on video work, which is just like, you know, it will happen eventually. But today is the end of the month hangout. And for those of you who are new to this stream, the way it works is this. We stream for like an hour-ish, typically like an hour because, you know, we all have bedtimes and Europe goes to sleep at around this time. And oh, volume. Oh, I can do volume up. How's this? Is this better? This should be, I hope this is a bit better. It should be like 10% better. But the way it works is that we stream for an hour and I answer questions, whatever questions you may have. So if you want to just chat and hang out, drop questions in the YouTube window, chat window thing. I don't know how it works. I also try to reflect a little bit on the month that has been and the month that is coming up, which means that I'm going to you know, talk a little bit about the state of the channel and stuff like that, and like upcoming projects and everything. I'm also recently, because I do have a PO box now, sorry. I also read like letters and shit that you send me. So that's fun. So I'm not gonna get into the format like just yet. We're just gonna hang out for a little bit. Mass shooting in Copenhagen? Oh shit, that's awful. Scandinavia is having a moment right now, and it's not great. Short circuit. It sounds like, yeah, that's what I guess happened. Unfortunately, and you know, I'm waiting for a replacement microphone, so. So it will come eventually. Greetings from Brazil. Thank you from Sweden. Healthy mental stuff. Yeah, like, you know, I could have worked like nights and I could have worked weekends, but nah. I don't intend it as a dig. I feel a solid third of these, if not more, of these streams happened before the video, since I started watching. You know, that's probably an accurate assessment. That's actually, like, in theory, when I first made when I first started to have these streams, I think the theory was that I was gonna like release the video and then like the day after have this stream. I don't think that actually ever happens. Now that you remind me, I think it's much more common that I have the stream and then a few days later the video comes out. That's probably more accurate. So, you know, everything works well in theory. In theory, everything works as planned, but in practice, it doesn't. In theory, it should go according to theory. My hair looks amazing today, thank you. Bring on the trans-emotional video. Folks, it's gonna be one of those videos that like, I'm not super sure how people are gonna feel about it, but I hope it's gonna be okay. I'm pretty sure that people are gonna like it, but typically when I make like trans videos, a lot of people who like contact me to say that they relate to them are people who are, like people who like are just going to or just have started transitioning. This video is not going to be that. This video I feel like is going to speak more to people who have transitioned for a while and who have thoughts, but I think it's going to appeal to everyone, and maybe that's the people who reach out to me are just like loud minority, so who knows. I don't know anything about my own fan base. You'd think I know. You'd think I know by now. I don't. Shaving tips. I have a great shaving tip. The best shaving tip in the world is to burn your face with a deadly laser and destroy your hair follicles, and to take anti-testosterone treatments. It works okay. It works sometimes. Would love to hear your analysis as to what Turkey's ultimatum to Finland and Sweden will mean in practice, or will it change anything? I heard that Finland, okay, so for those of you who don't know, Sweden and Finland are joining NATO, have joined NATO. I'm still not super sure how that works, but like we're joining NATO. When we applied to join NATO, because of Russia's war in Ukraine, there was a Turkey essentially decided to say no, and the big reason for why they said no was because Turkey is dealing with opposition groups from a lot of like various Kurdish political groups that Turkey doesn't like, and to join NATO it has to be unanimous. So a lot of these opposition groups in Turkey have fled in asylum to Sweden and Finland because we are you know, we're Western countries for you know, lack of a better term, but we weren't part of NATO. We weren't like working together with Turkey in many instances. So a lot of members of, you know, various Kurdish groups live here and hang out in exile. The PKK, which is like a communist terrorist group in eastern Turkey, they are classified as a terrorist organization, both in Sweden and Finland, and also the rest of Europe. But the problem is that Turkey, but there are many groups that are not classified as terror groups. The problem is that Turkey associates basically all opposition groups with the PKK. So if you're just like a moderate social democrat, but you don't like Erdogan, then terrorist. So Turkey said essentially to Sweden and Finland that in order to join NATO, you have to do the same thing and like extradite a lot of the people to Turkey. A lot of people that Turkey like wants to get a hold of that are like you know, politicians in exile. Last week they had a meeting and made great progress, and now in Sweden at least a lot of people are like, did we just sell out the Kurds? Like, did we just sell out a bunch of like social, like a bunch of like mildly left-wing like Kurdish opposition leaders because like to an authoritarian because we want to be part of NATO? Did we just do that? And the government isn't saying, so that's great. I love democracy. I love the Republic. I think, I hope it doesn't change anything. I do live a little bit in fear that it's going to lead to, because a lot of like Kurdish groups here in Stockholm at least are kind of paranoid that like the Swedish secret police essentially, or like the Swedish security police, sorry, are going to, you know, like black bag them and deport them to Turkey. Essentially because like our version of the CIA have done some shady shit. Especially regarding to a lot of Kurdish people who have just disappeared from like Swedish society and just reappeared in Turkey in a place to be arrested by Turkish police. Weird. And people fear that it's gonna get worse. I hope it's not. I hope it's gonna be fine. But I'm annoyed. I don't want to be in NATO at all. But, you know. Have your fan art arrived? Yes, it has. I'm going to show it off after when we get into the letter opening segment. Yes, it has. We're all having a moment. Good work-life balance. I don't know. More legs and flora. There's not going to be a lot of flora in my next video, but maybe in the one after that. It's better that you don't know what's going on with the audience. I've never known what's going on with my audience. Well, okay, I knew what was going on with my audience when my audience was my roommates. Then I knew. Now I have tens of thousands of people watching my shit. That's literally buck wild. I'm not sure how I feel about that. The fact that I still haven't like put up my fucking plaque for 100,000 subscribers yet. The fact that I even have one, I keep forgetting that I do. So I don't know. It's been a blessing of my life. Yeah, like laser's great for a while. Yeah, laser's great. I like laser. I did laser for a while. It didn't take after a couple of years, and now I'm undergoing electrolysis, which is painful, much more painful, and I hate myself, but it is what it is. Nice. Thank you that you appreciate my videos further in the process. Thank you so much. Swedish Ivan. I heard CIA, and I just want to say about the subject that your hair looks great today. Very to be CIA. Yes, I see. I had a speaking of this, I want to have a quick rant about this. I had a person emailing me. Like a while ago. No, they added me on Twitter saying that I was part of the CIA, or that I was being like indoctrinated to a cult led by some like big figure bread tube personalities. and I actually wanted to sort of like, I wanted to reach out to them and like talk to them in good faith. So I emailed them, and we had a conversation about something. Like I don't remember what we had a conversation about. Like I was like, I believe you're wrong. I don't think that I'm being indoctrinated into a cult. I'm just making silly little videos on the internet about my opinions. And I had, it was an interesting back and forth, right? Like it was definitely someone who is kind of lost in the sauce of conspiracy theory. And so I was like, okay, well, agree to disagree. Like, good luck with your investigation. I'm not in a cult, and I'm open to like talk. But I don't. But I'm not gonna like, you know, say, I'm not gonna like admit to being in a cult because I'm not in a cult. And they were like, okay, fair enough. And then like 2 months passed, and then they accused me of leaking their email address to other BreadTube personalities. And I mean, even Peter Coffin like got in on it. Like said that I'm also, even Peter Coffin said that I'm like part of them because I'm part of like Nebula, which is just a streaming platform. So I don't know. Point is, I'm not part of the CIA. I don't know what I can do to prove that I'm not part of the CIA, because I think people literally think that YouTubers like get together and like do shit all the time. Folks, I've been depressed the last month. I've been in bed. I don't have energy to do conspiracy theories. Having US bases on your territory sucks shit. I think we want to have an exception to that, because that's something the Swedes do not want. But if I end up with fucking like a US base on Swedish soil, I'm going to be fucking angry. This is why I'm getting into politics. What's the hardest thing about English speaking pronunciation, and what's the hardest thing about English grammar and writing? Good question. I think that I speak English pretty well. I like to think that I speak English pretty fluently. Because obviously English is not my first language. My first language is Swedish, för att jag är svensk jävel. And because of that, I think like the J's are difficult to me. I think that I speak fine, but like I've had friends and family like tell me that I can't pronounce my J's well enough. So I'll say I'll try to say it correctly now. So I'll say yogurt and yogurt, yogurt and yogurt. To me, those sound like almost exactly the same. Yogurt and yogurt, like I don't know, like, but whenever I say it wrong, people call me out on it. My J's are difficult. I have a hard time. Jargon. Yeah, how do you pronounce jargon? Jargon. I don't know how to pronounce it. The J's are difficult. It's actually the same if you have 100,000 roommates. It's true. Am I a member of the Left Party, or am I just running under their banner? I am a member of the Left Party, even though I disagree with them like on a shit ton of stuff. Swedish politics is weird, where to run for politics, you kind of have to be part of a party. You can't really be an independent here. I mean, you can technically, but literally no one's gonna vote for you, like ever. But if you're part of a party, people will. Yeah, so I'm running as part of the Left Party, but I disagree with them with like a lot of shit. Which is why I need to get powerful, so I can change them. I can change her. I can't. It's fucked up to have like how do you say it? Like a libertarian socialist Left Party who is like former Communist Party, but who have the drug policy of like Ronald Reagan. I don't know. I can't play 3 total waters. You know, that'll happen. Short in Danish, I will catch. Unfortunately, I'm taken. Your good is a Y, not a J. They sound the same. Jargon. Gargan. Jargon. See, I don't... This jargon. Yogurt. Jogurt. Jargon. 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 Zargon. Jargon? It's effective, actually, yeah. I'm looking for stuff to do in Stockholm this coming week. Any trans-friendly cafes or pubs? I would have no idea. Like, none at all. I just go to, like, there's one place called The Garden, I think. It's either called Secret Garden or just The Garden. I don't remember what it's called. I don't think it's called Secret Garden. If it is, it might be. I might be mistaking it with something else. But it's like a gay bar generally, and that's basically all we have in terms of like LGBT space. So that's kind of what I have. Shut down. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I am no longer polyamorous as I have been in the past, and I am taken. Yeah. Is it a gun? I have no idea what the hell you're talking about anymore. Might be Secret Garden? Yeah. Well, that's, you know, that's a place. I never go there, but that's a place. If I post new Pickle Hobbit to you, can we all count a new Pickle Hobbit tall posting? Probably. But I have a Pickle Hobbit and I don't really have a lot of space in my apartment for another one. So if you want to send me one, like, I'll take it. But I don't know where to keep it. All right. We've been streaming for like a while already. Good questions, by the way, and keep them coming. But let's do the thing that we usually do. Let's reflect on the month that has been. My last video... Was it my last video? Folks, I don't remember when I make a video. I have to Google my own YouTube channel. Yes. My video New Chronology. Almost 100,000 views in 1 month. Could be better. Could be worse. Did okay. Perfectly adequately for one of my videos. Like middle of the road, did okay. I did get some feedback for it, that I sort of misrepresented some of Fomenko's arguments. Because I made that, because this is a video about New Chronology by Anatoly Fomenko. And I got like 1 or 2 people saying that I misrepresented like the conspiracy theory. And like, oh Jesus, my volume just shut up. I don't know about that. Why did it do that? Okay, I'm lowering my volume. Yeah, people are screaming volume. What happened? All right, well, is it better now? I swear I live in a weird place. Okay, I think this should be better according to the graph sounds I have at my streaming service. Let me know if it's not. But the video did okay. Most of the response was great. Most of the response was kind of what I've expected, in the sense of like people. I think he just starts talking louder. I can finally hear you. I'll increase it like a tiny bit so it's higher. Maybe I just started speaking louder. It's very possible. Okay, let me know if I have to change stuff. It shouldn't spike around too much anymore, but we'll see. Don't ask me to do technology. I'm very bad at it. But most of the feedback was very good, in the sense of like people who never had heard of the conspiracy theory before, which is very nice. Thank you, Epic Memer, for stunks. I keep forgetting that I have super chat enabled on this channel. Thank you so much. And like so there are a couple of aspects here that I'm mostly concerned about when talking about the video that I wanted to do right. First of all, I wanted to accurately represent sort of like Russia and like Russian nationalism, because that's like the real point of the video, right? That like it's sort of baked into a conspiracy theory about about like fake history essentially, and like how Russia, according to the theory at least, is like superior to all other nations in the history of the world and have been all through time, and that Russians are inherently superior. And I didn't want to represent that part. That's like the crux of the thing. And so I got a lot of people from like Western countries who told me that they'd never heard of this before, and it's very interesting, and that they could see analogies of similar like conspiracy theories in their own countries. Especially Lithuania, apparently. I think, does Lithuania have like a lot of conspiracy theories about ruling the world? I think Lithuania and Poland. I got a lot of people from over there that I don't know anything about. So, if there are a lot of conspiracy theories about ruling the world from there, let me know. But then I also got a lot of Russians who managed to, who saw my video and said that like, yes, that's a pretty good like analysis of like Russia and like how Russia is, and like what to learn from such a conspiracy theory, and that they thought it was very weird that someone from the West was talking about it, because it's for a lot of people really saw it as like a very Russia-centric thing. I did get some people who said that I kind of misrepresented the theory itself. Like I mentioned, like some arguments here and there may have been, a lot of the arguments I would say were overly simplified. And I gotta say that like that guilty as charged, because the point there wasn't really the theory. The point was more to like present the theory as part of like a bigger package about like anachronistic theories, and so I think that that's fair, honestly, and there were very few like factual things that I actually got wrong. There were more like I presented some like one or two things like kind of out of context, more for comedic effect. But the thing is that like that Fomenko thinks that Emperor Suleiman and King Solomon are the same person. Technically, I think technically he doesn't say that exactly, but more that like that historians, when writing about these people, are attributing acts to one that should actually go to the other, because they are technically the same person, but it doesn't mean that all of the acts of one person are like all of the acts of another person at the same time. That historians have just been conflating those two characters, and therefore it's inaccurate, which like technically, like okay, but that's not as funny as to say that he thinks that they're the same person, because like that's kind of what he's implying by a lot of his words. Same, like there were, so a lot of the feedback that I heard was mostly positive, and the feedback that I got back was like very sort of like nitpicky academic, which I'm fine with. you know, it's a YouTube video. It's not, you know, it's not a university course, and I'm fine with that. You know, as long as it didn't mislead anyone about like the point of the video, well, even with the point of new chronology, because the point of new chronology is still that like history is folded on top of itself and that Russia is inherently superior. So, you know, getting like a detail wrong here and there for comedic effect, I don't see a problem with that. Like, sure, I guess it's not ideal, but I don't care that much. What else? But the video did okay. And like in conjunction with the video, you know, regular amount of subscribers coming in, regular amount of like patron support, essentially. You know, as the world is having a moment right now with like cost of living increases and things going bad and like food prices rising and inflation skyrocketing, a lot of I'm not gonna like pity myself here because I'm doing great, but like a lot of YouTubers are seeing like a steady decline, right? Of income, because a lot of people, but like in times of insecurity, people aren't gonna like sign up for YouTuber patrons. So like even like some of the best YouTubers like in the world are going down. I'm staying stable, so I'm happy with that. So the video did well for me. It got the message out there that I wanted to get, both to educate like people about like the state of Russia, why Russia is the way it is, and also to sort of like recognize an anachronistic nationalism. So yeah. I think it did okay. In the month that has been too, I have unfortunately also been depressed, which is why, which is partially why that video got out as late as it did, and it's also why my upcoming video is also a bit late as well. You know, I'm gonna be honest, like you know, it is what it is. Yeah. In Poland, there is a hypothesis about the Great Lechia. I heard a lot about that, the ancient Slavic Empire. Yeah, that one came up like quite often in the comment section, which was very, very fun, very nice to hear. But the month that's coming up then. In the month that's coming up, I'm going to release my next video, which is going to be a trans one. Then I'm also going to release another conspiracy theory one, actually, because I found another one. I found another one that also has to deal with sort of like fake time, and that also roots itself in like hyper nationalist white supremacy bullshit. But this one originates. I think this one originates like exclusively on the internet. So this one, I think this one is going to be interesting. This one's going to be fun because, yeah. But I'm releasing both of them this month. So my next one is going to come out sometime next week, and the one after that is going to come out at the end of the month. And it's going to come out at the end of the month. It's not going to be late. And the reason why it's not going to be late is because I've already worked a little bit of it. The reason why I've already worked a little bit on it is because in the month that's coming up, I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to go on summer vacation. Because every fucking Swede that I know, like everyone doesn't work in the summer because we have like big long summer holidays, like several weeks off. But because I don't have a boss and because I don't work at a company, I don't get that. So I'm taking that vacation myself. You'll still get a video. It might be a bit shorter than like the typical one. But essentially that video is going to be done like basically in 2 weeks. And then I'm going to like slowly edit on and like fine tune it until it releases properly at the end of the month. So, but like if I'm quiet or if like future streams are moved around in a weird way this month, or things like that. The reason for it is I'm probably visiting like my parents, I'm going on holiday, you know, I'm probably like at a zoo. Like I'm gonna take some time off, because God knows I need it. Yeah. Yeah. The ancient Poles were to defeat Julius Caesar in the battle. But anyway, that's sort of what's going in the next month. I've been kind of bad with streaming video games too, and I'm still gonna be kind of bad with that. I think I'm gonna try to stream on Tuesday and Thursday next week, because I didn't stream on Twitch like at all last week, because of depression. And and this week, like, I'm going to be sort of like crunching to get this video done, because I don't want to be more late with it than I already am. Like, this video is already kind of delayed a little bit. Not fully my fault. Like, most of the issue is actually like with tech issues and that I haven't been able to like work around. But there's like like I still need to get on with it and catch up with work, you know? I will lie on the beach so hard. Same. Might see more cultural stuff. Yeah, but like that shit. Like that's the shit, right? Like that's what I crave. I'm gonna go to a museum. I haven't gone to a museum in ages. Yes. So that's the month that's coming up. The month that's coming ahead, the month that's coming up. Great, we did that. Now, let's see. We have letters from the P.O. box. Oh, that you have sent me, my dear viewers. And I know who they are from, because I pre-read them so we don't like how do you say? So that I don't like accidentally say some shit out on live that people don't want me to say. So and you're both in the chat who sent me this. So if you want to change your mind and don't want me to read anything, then I'll let me know. First off, letters. I know, right? It's very fun. Yes, your fan art Valkyrie has read this. This is it. So, from Tobias. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't want to dox anyone. Accidentally. If I'm doxing someone, it's intentionally. I'm kidding. Don't quote me on that. Future journalists. This is from Tobias. Hi Mia. I hope you will like it. If I had the art, by the way, there's art connected to this. I hope you like it. If I had the drawing skills, I would have drawn this. I wish you success in the elections. Nice. P.S. Please check out your Facebook. I post funny stuff there, and I wrote a review that you're smart, pretty, and tall. Thank you so much. I'm so bad at First of all, I'm going to show the art, but I also want to say I'm so bad with dealing with my Facebook page because I got it and then forgot it. Like my last 2 videos, I haven't even posted on there yet. And the reason for that is because like no one follows me on Facebook. So there's a part of me just like, why put in the effort? But why would anyone follow me when I don't put in the effort? So it's like, I need to be better with that. But thank you for posting. Because God knows I am not. But thank you for doing that. And then there's art. Fire and forget Facebook page. And then there's art, which is this glorious and tall Valkyrie, which is one of my old modeling pictures, sort of photoshopped into this picture of a Valkyrie. The shoulders are really, like, they really align too, so it really works. So we got that. Thank you so much. I also got like, I also got, what do you say? Like, historically, from an academic point of view, I like Polish history, first of all, and I also got like some nice stamps too, which just look fun to me, and I like it. I'm not sure I'm gonna show that off because there's some like address things and like stamps, and I'm not super sure I should show that, but thank you so much. And then we have more art and a letter from Pim Kormans in the chat. All right, just gotta double check that I didn't read anything weird. All right. Memes and Starbucks we in there. You do, and it's very good. Like God knows that I don't. Like I should, but I'm lazy. Hello, Mia. When I first heard that you got a PO box, I was thinking about what I should send. My first plan was to send cursed Dutch food, but that would be more difficult than I anticipated. I then realized that I can get small can vases relatively easily, so I decided to send you a small painting instead. I hope you enjoy it. I do. There's a painting here too. It is painted, hold on. It is painted with acrylic paint, so you don't need to worry about lead poisoning. I hope you don't need to pay any customs fees for this. I didn't. In any case, I hope that you're doing well, and I appreciate what you do for us. Thank you. Best wishes. Small canvases. Yes, of course. Small canvases. That I can get small canvases relatively easily, so I decided to send you a small painting instead. That makes sense. I can't read. Best wishes, Pim Cormans. P.S. You can read my name on the stream. If you open this on stream. Thank you. Oh, you wrote much better than I did. Folks, you never. First of all, I need to say, no one ever has to apologize about their handwriting because you have not seen mine. Like, holy shit. Like, I can't. Anyway, folks, I need to get a pen in here to like show you how bad my handwriting is, because like you don't even know. This is great. PPS, they had to sell it for me. I will. And PPPS to the customs officer who might be reading this. Hi, thanks for your service. And then there's a picture of like a cyber cat, I think. Doesn't really show up, but there's like a cat. It's a cat. And then there's the fern from it's the plant from Plant that I had on the shelf for a little bit, but doesn't get any sunlight out here. But now I can have Plant in here. I love this. This is great. Yeah. This slaps. All right. First of all, I'm going to demonstrate my own handwriting so that so that you all have like evidence that y'all never have to apologize for anything. All right. I'm just gonna write, hi, my name is Mia. Oh my god, that's actually, I kind of tried to. So this says, hi, my name is Mia. Oh my god, you can't see that shit. Well, hold on. Maybe if I do something like this. Like, Like, do you see? Okay. I should send you some proper art. Oh, like, no rush. I paid for like a whole year of the PO box, so it's just sitting there. It's not like I'm paying more for it. It's just sitting there. It's great. Pet pictures. It's the only thing you need. Plant. Hope fern as well. The fern is okay. The fern has recently been repotted because it was not doing super well. The roots had sort of like tangled up a little bit, so it's sort of like it's in rehab, but it's doing okay. It's fine. It's still alive. So. No way that I could write a letter by hand. You can just type it out too. Like I don't like. That's all good for me too. Cybercat, loved Cybercat. Is it a transplant? It's for sure a transplant. Is that cursive? No. No, it's not cursive. Tweet a picture of my hand running out of sync. Perfect. I love the range of opinion. I know, right? Well, it, like, you know, it is what it is. Like, it's fine. But like, I never write by hand anymore. Who writes by hand? We have computers. But that's fun. That's all the letters for today. But there's if you want some shit like read out on stream, you know, send me some shit. There should be an address at the bottom of in the description page of this stream itself. And send it. And if you don't want me to read anything, you know, let me know like at the top of the letter or something like that, and I won't. But yeah, if you want to, it's just there for people who want to. Like, no one should ever feel obligated to, especially since I have these hangouts too, where people can like chat in the window too, to sort of connect. Do Swedish kids learn cursive? We do, but then no one ever writes cursive again after like the second grade. Like in the first grade, we learn cursive because we have to learn it, and then we never use it again. But yes, okay, so we have the letters done. We talked about the month that's coming up and the month that's coming ahead. No one likes the history of their own country. True. No, that's not true. Swedes fucking love the history of Sweden. You like, even like lefty Swedes will be like, we fucking love socialist like Sweden shit. Socialist. I bet all looks nice in cursive. No. We'll make sure to be more discreet in the future. I love it. Yeah, I love this. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat so much, but also thanks. I love the idea that my check for selling out to the CAA is $5. I love that idea. I've seen YouTubers and like influencers generally like sell out for like ridiculously low amount of money. Like take money from like the most unethical company that like exists, Like I'm not gonna be too pretentious here. Like I've done that too. You know, I've also like money's nice, but it's definitely one of those things where it's one thing to sort of like work with like Audible once or twice. It's like, okay, it's Audible. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's Audible. It's not owned by Amazon, which isn't great, but it's Audible. You know, it's not like oil mining reserves. But then we have people who like on like on Twitch a lot, definitely, who like work for like straight up gambling companies, or like make ads for like gambling like gambling companies for like kids too. So sort of like that works on like, super exploitative means. It was like epic memer. It's very good. Could a monarch be left? Our current king, actually, Kung Carl Gustav, wrote. No, he was interviewed when he was a prince about like his political like people he look up to politically, and he said Mao. It's kind of bold for a king, like a monarch, to say that they look up to Mao. So I guess our current king is like, I don't know what the deal is. I think our current king is just a troll, so I don't think that counts, but real answer, nah. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends have reached out to me like 3 times. And every time I just ignore them. Because they offer me like shit rates for money. Like, I'm not gonna talk too much about the business because I'm not allowed to, but like, hypothetically, if a company, any company, offers like this amount of money, like this is the level like that most companies pay me to sponsor like a video of mine. Raid Shadow Legends is like here, like between like a half and a third. So, you know. No one raises that in the fame epic memer. It's true. Is it true that the Swedish king wanted to ban bathtubs in the kingdom? I don't know about that. I haven't heard that. You should tell them to triple their offer each time. Even if they just triple their offer, it's still like on the same level as like any other company's like default offer. Like they pay shit rates. And it really sucks too, because like, you know, getting sponsorships is difficult, especially for people who are like or do YouTube like independently and like get their own sponsorships. Because I'm on Nebula, like I don't have to do that. I outsource shit. I outsource all of my like sponsor acquisition needs to like people who know better how to do that. But it's difficult, and they really prey on that, the fact that it's like difficult to get sponsors to just give people dog shit rates. If you just sponsored the way Internet Historian does his, it would be pretty based. God, I would love to. I would love to do that. There's so much work that goes into that. I'd love to do that. I'd love to have a vibe where I could do it. It doesn't really fit my sort of my channel's vibe. And definitely not in my next one, because I've already filmed that one. My next video is going to be like a sad, melancholy one more than anything else. And doesn't really fit the sort of like hardcore, high octane meme energy that Internet Historian has. But the one after that, the one that's technically for July, that video might work. That one might have some epic memer energy, as you might say. Because that video is fucking buck wild, folks. Like, y'all thought, like, okay, Fomenko's theory about new chronology is pretty weird, but it's also like, it's not like buck wild stupid in the same in the same way that my next theory is buck wild stupid, because it is stupid, but you can't really laugh at it too much because like a lot of people believe it, and Russia is like currently kind of a rogue state. So, and a lot of people, you know, have this like weird nationalistic feeling. So it's like, how do you say it? Like it hits different. Do you know what I mean? But this next theory is only believed by crackpots on the internet, who I assume don't don't want to like have a critical thought in their life. So I think that one's gonna have more like high meme energy. I've seen an actual embedded ad from them and not a meme maybe 5 times over. Yeah. The new YouTuber Discord, like how do I get sponsored by content? It's 5 hours under the Minecraft session. Yeah, like it's difficult to get sponsors, especially if you do something that's like low on the sort of like ad rates. If you do tech reviews, you will get sponsors with like nothing. If you do video games, it's difficult. I am a member of the Vänsterparti, the left party. I'm actually on the board of like of a local like section too. So, you know, if you go on the election trail this September for the left party in northern Stockholm, you might see me. You also believe in anti-Semitic theory attached to it, which is deeply dangerous conclusion. There's a lot of like, because this is something that I kind of wanted to dig into in the video, but didn't have time to do because the video is already like over an hour long. Fomenko has like his own work, right? Like it's bonkers, like thousands and thousands of pages long, and it's stupid. But he's not the only one who writes shit like that, because new chronology is like a field. So he has like hundreds of like acolytes who have their own theories that build themselves on the basic building blocks that Fomenko presents. So while Fomenko might be like the Russians colonized the Aztec and Incan empires, some of his acolytes are going to be like, Russian Jews conquered the moon and also Mars, like some shit like that. Like it goes like, Fomenko, despite being like super fucking wild, is actually one of the more reasoned people here because he's sort of like high up in like Russian academia and he's kind of famous. But people who are less famous, they can go more wild with it, and there's even more stupider, and I can't do that. It's too much. Oh shit, we've been streaming for another hour. Oh well, that's great then. Yeah, I'm gonna round off a little bit. First of all, I don't know how to say this, but I just noticed that because you get a little window about like how much money you've made during the stream, and I was like, I've gotten 2 $5 super chats. Thank you so much, by the way, for that. I really do appreciate it. And that translates to 125 crowns. I don't know how to say this, but like economic collapse is kind of good for the US-Swedish exchange rate, which means that American hyperinflation is like good for everyone outside of America, because finance is fake and doesn't exist. It's a lie made up by like rich people in order to like justify getting more money. High rigorous proofs, yeah. Exactly. So like a lot of people who get into conspiracy theories are just, yeah, they're more wild and have less. Their bar for like what they say is much lower. Okay, I'm going to end the stream roughly. Thank you so much for hanging out. The stream schedule for. Was there someone sent me a? Yeah, okay, someone asked me to see the PO box, but you found it, so that's all good. All right, streams for next month. I'm gonna post a schedule for that sometime next week, and they might be a bit like vague. They might be a bit like less accurate than they usually are because I'm going on holiday. So I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be like out of office for like a little bit of a time. And how do you say? So like I can't promise like exactly when I'll stream. I don't know when the next like end of the month hangout is. I don't know when my like Patreon streams are gonna be, but that'll be clear sometime next week. My next video is going to be out hopefully on Friday. Hopefully. It might be like a delayed like a few days, like into Sunday. Absolute worst case nightmare scenario, which means it's probably gonna happen, but hopefully not. And then after that, yeah, the video after that that's going to be out this month, at the end of this month, that's also going to be out at the end of this month in 1, 2, 3, 4, in 4 weeks exactly, and you know that'll be about another conspiracy theory that I think is kind of fun, and as a little teaser, that one's about architecture, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing no post on your Facebook page. I'll try. I'll do my best. I'm bad at the Facebook. Oh yeah, from streaming too. Oh folks, like I'm gonna be out. Like when I take my holiday, I'm gonna be out. There will be no streams. There will be no streams here. There will be no streams on Twitch. There will be no video work that week. I'm gonna be like out. It's gonna be great. All right. Because I'm going to be swimming in the ocean. Probably. All right. I will see you all hopefully during the premiere of my next video, and I will see all of you then. Bye bye.